Hi folks, this is Shane with Werewolf. Thanks for stopping back by. So I have mentioned in previous videos, I've spoken about shoulder presses and dumbbell shoulder presses in particular and how I think it's a great exercise. But there's a couple of things I'd like to cover about that exercise that you see some people kind of doing. I guess I would say I would consider it slightly wrong insofar that one of the things that I see people doing can definitely be injurious to your shoulders. And let's start by examining hand position and where you should have your hands when you're doing dumbbell shoulder presses. And the easiest way to show that is just to stand with your arms at your sides and lift your hands straight up. That's it, okay? Lift your hands straight up. This is where your shoulders like to be, okay? Not really out here. As you go wider and you get your elbow out wider from your body, you can start feeling some tightness and maybe even a little bit of discomfort in this shoulder capsule. There's a reason for that. It doesn't really like to be out that far. But you do see people when they're doing shoulder presses with dumbbells, there is definitely the tendency for people to flare their elbows out as wide as they can because they're thinking that it's better for some reason. It's getting more stretch on the muscle or it's working better. Actually, it's bad for your shoulders, just plain bad. You're putting a lot of stress in that joint capsule. It's bad for your rotator cuff muscles. It's just bad. So do your shoulders a favor and let them be where they'd like to be. Now you do have a little bit of leeway in here, a couple inches or so, but once again, you should be able to go by feel. When it starts feeling tight and maybe a little bit of discomfort, there's a reason for that. So keep your shoulders and keep your hands, obviously, because your shoulder position, your elbow is going to follow where your hands are at because they're attached. So keep your shoulders and your hands where they want to be, which is kind of in front of you, in the position that you would probably be doing a shoulder press if you're doing it with a barbell. All right, so just think of that and do it the same way. Stay tight, basically. You can sum all this up by saying, stay tight. Another thing in regards to the barbell shoulder press, and this is the second thing I wanted to mention, and I wouldn't necessarily consider this injurious, more just unnecessary. You see a lot of people, they'll get the dumbbell and, okay, even if they're staying in tight, they always want to pronate their grip like this. And probably the thought behind that is because this is the hand position you would be in if you're doing it with a barbell, so we have to do it the same. Well, going back to what I just said previously, raise your hand up. This is the position your hand kind of likes to be in too. This would be considered a neutral grip. Okay, you're not pronated, you're definitely not supinated, but this neutral grip is where your hand likes to be in relation to your elbow and your shoulder. So because you're using a dumbbell, because you're not locked into this position like you would be with a barbell, because you're using a dumbbell, you have the freedom to be in this neutral grip position. So stay tight as far as keeping your elbows in and not flaring out too much, and stay neutral as far as keeping your hand position neutral, and you're gonna be in a far more comfortable position with both your shoulders and your wrists and all that, and you're still gonna be moving the weight, which is what really matters, and hopefully you'll be keeping your shoulders safe at the same time. So, hope you found this video helpful. Remember to like and subscribe and all that stuff. We would appreciate it if you would. and check the link down below for our merchandise, and remember to stop back because we'll be having more coming your way very soon.